it's May 5th in Utah, and we'd rather be out fishing, camping, doing something fun on the weekend. But as you can see, it's raining slash snowing. So what we're going to do is go into the shed, get out the old Honda four-wheeler. I got to change the oil and get it ready for the upcoming bear hunts. So I haven't changed the oil since last fall. We hauled out 3 or 4 elk and a couple of deer on it this last year. So we don't use it a whole lot during the middle of the summer, but we do use it for hunting season. So it got its use. We need to get it changed. So that's what we're going to do. Let's see. First things first, got to get it started up. It is a little bit cold-blooded. And no, we didn't warm it up before we did this. If I let off the gas, it'll die, but it normally won't once it's warmed up. Give it a little bit of choke. I don't have my ramp built on my shed yet, so I'm going to push it out, and then we'll get it started and get it in the garage. All right, it's warmed up a little bit now after having to move all the vehicles around, so we're ready to change the oil. Now this is a 2021, it's a Recon 250. It's one of my favorite four-wheelers. This thing gets excellent gas mileage. And the only thing that you really need to do on these, let me show you real quick. A lot of people don't realize the shock on this, the rear shock, is terrible. And I'll find the link on Amazon, but I read a bunch of forums. So what you do, you go on and you can find a rear shock for a 350 Rubicon, or can't remember, it's one of the 350 bikes for Honda, and it's adjustable. And if I get you in here, you can see I still have plenty more of adjustment to go, and I'm a big dude. I'm 300 plus pounds, so putting an elk on the back of this bike, we've strapped quarters. In fact, I put pretty much a whole elk on this once it was quartered, of course, and drove out on some pretty crazy bumpy roads. So if you got a Honda Recon 250, that's the best upgrade you can do, is to replace your rear shock. I could crank it up and even have people ride on the back with me. I know you're not supposed to, but bike's great. It runs awesome, starts up. Haven't really had any issues I've had this my second one. I've never had issues. In fact, I think we've only put tires on them and changed the oil. The other thing I like about these four-wheelers, they don't have an oil filter. It's all internal. So all you really need to do is just keep up on your oil changes and make sure you don't have any metal shavings in it, and you're good to go. So there's no weird filter that you have to pull off, like a cylinder that slides in, like some of my other four-wheelers I've had. So pretty easy. And I think it only takes less than 2 quarts. So we're going to get on that here in just a second. So I was going to get into the little jockey box on this thing, grab my owner's manual, and just double check how much oil it was going to take. And wouldn't you know, I think somebody found my bike and needed my manual more than I did, because now I've got the Monkey 125 owner's manual. Never owned one of those. So, and you can see it's been wet. So I'm guessing somebody needed my owner's manual. I don't know, or someone did it as a joke. But yeah, the Monkey 125. Last fall when I changed the oil in this, I know I looked in the service manual, to see how much oil it took. So if anyone out there has a 2021 Monkey, let me know. I got an old used manual. Okay, so my regular oil pan that I use for my vehicles won't fit underneath there. So what I've got is my old 5-quart bottle from when I changed the oil in my truck. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just cut the top out and make it a makeshift oil pan. It's less than 2 quarts, so this should more than cover it. And then I can dump this in my automotive one, take it to work. We have a recycle bin. Real easy. So now I got 18 millimeter. Pretty sure that's what I used last time, because my truck's not an 18 and this one has oil in it. So let's just take a guess down here, see if we can't make a mess. Pop loose. Take it off the ratchet. Drive it and go by hand now. I try to do this without dropping the oil plug in this little makeshift pan, but I make no promises. All right. I'm actually a little bit surprised. Let me grab a paper towel and show you. I thought the oil would be blacker than it is. No, maybe I don't have paper towels out here anymore. I'll find. We're gonna let that drain for a little bit, and then we'll put it back in. Now I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm gonna have to, because I don't have my owner's manual. I'm gonna get on the web and research to make sure I find out how much oil is recommended. All right, well, it's been a few minutes. Pretty sure that it's done draining. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put this plug back in. I did look online. Most of the places I looked said 1.6. What we'll do, we'll use 1.6 and then let it idle for a couple of seconds. Let the oil get in there, and then we'll check the dipstick. It's going to be the easiest way to just make sure that we got enough oil in it. Guess we're going down to the ground. It's not as easy to get back in. The hole on the skid plate's a little bit offset, so if you go right to the center of it, it doesn't work. Maybe it used to be centered and I hit something. I don't know. Well, we definitely got it started. There we go. And hand tighten that with one hand. Don't want to break it. Strip it out. I made a little bit of a mess, but not too bad. All right, I'm going with Valvoline 1040 weight motorcycle oil. This stuff should work pretty good. This is what we put in last time. They just have it at the local AutoZone. So we'll put that in and should be good to go. Okay, one thing that's pretty frustrating. It's kind of hard to get a bottle in here. And I don't have a little, yeah, we're empty, good and empty. I don't have a little funnel. So I forgot that I had to do this. Luckily, I just found it here in the garage. I have a giant funnel. Here, I'll show you. I have a big funnel, but won't fit in there. So I made this one out of a STP gas treatment. And it does work. So luckily I kept it and I didn't throw it away. So we'll use it real quick. Get the oil put in here. Yeah, even the top of the oil. I tried one of those last time, and they're even too big for that thing. So unless you have the funnel or want to make a trip to O'Reilly's or AutoZone, if you have one of these little neck bottles, they work pretty good. Hopefully my microphone's working. My wife bought it for her to do some filming, and I stole it. Because some people told me my audio sucked on my last couple videos, which it probably does, but I don't know. I'm new to this stuff. There we go. Right on the 40% left line. So don't lose your little O-ring. Got it back on. And we just put it back in. Put the cap on the one that still has a little bit of oil left. Now we'll start this thing back up. Start it back up, let it run for a second. See, now it's warm. Before it was really actually cold. So that's kind of it for this video. We're going to be heading back down to Boulder in the next week or two. So Corey's got the bear tag. We still haven't been able to go down. At least I haven't been able to go down with him. And he's got bait sites picked out, but we haven't been able to get into them. So next weekend's Mother's Day. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to go, but maybe go for just Saturday morning, run down. We want to be able to leave the bikes down there so that when we go back, we can take the trailers, because I don't want to sleep in a tent again down there. Last time it was a little bit windy. And you guys have seen in my other videos, I've got a brand new trailer. I would rather sleep in it. Getting old, I guess. Anyways, that'll be it for this one. I'm just going to make sure the oil's topped off right, go put it back in the shed, and Just one less thing I have to do this spring to get it ready. Hopefully it warms up and we can start doing some fishing videos. This time last year, the white bass were already running, and the channel catfish down there in Utah Lake were biting. So once that starts happening, we'll be doing a bunch of videos fishing for spring. So anyway, thanks for watching.